What is good, everybody? This is the Kid DC Wrestling back at it again with another video. The 2021 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view just went off the air. This was the final pay-per-view for the WWE in the Thunderdome era, and I gotta say, this was a solid pay-per-view event. Some good, some bad, but overall, I have to say, for a show that a majority of the show was just rematches with the exception of Alexa Bliss defeating Shayna Baszler. Again, this was a solid show. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. To kick off the night, we had a Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Women's Championship as Bianca Belair defeated Bayley inside Hell in a Cell. And my God, man, this match really was good. This was a really good opener. I mean, despite the fact that this match, in my opinion, didn't really need Hell in a Cell, I was saying in the comment section on Friday that, this kind of felt like that they were doing this because Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio inside Hell in a Cell was obviously not going to take place at this event. But either way, they found a way to make it actually good. Like, I actually like the ending with Bianca Belair hitting the KOD on top of the ladder. That was actually a nice finish to end the match. As far as Bayley goes, I don't know what Bayley's going to do now. I think she's going to be in the women's Money in the Bank match. I can see her doing that. As far as Bianca, I have no idea on who she's going to face next. Maybe Carmella. I don't know. Because if you're going to do, like, Bianca versus Tasha, you should save that for, like, SummerSlam, in my honest opinion. So, but as far as tonight goes, nonetheless, Bianca Belair gets the win in what was a really good opener for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. All right, so the next match was a little technical matchup per se, but in the end, Seth Rollins does get the win here. He defeats Cesaro. Like I said, this is a pretty good technical match between the two men. Was it good as their WrestleMania bout? Maybe, maybe not. I'll let you guys decide that. But as far as tonight goes, this was a pretty good technical matchup. It's kind of weird how Rollins, was it Cesaro? I think Cesaro, he hit the Rainmaker, I believe, and Rollins was using Osprey moves or something. But you know the whole using moves stuff. But nonetheless, man, Cesaro gets the win. I mean, Rollins gets the win here. I was actually surprised to see Rollins get the win here. So this obviously means that, because both guys got a win over Peace, maybe they'll have another match on SmackDown, or they'll have another match at Money in the Bank. Honestly, I think they'll just have one more match on SmackDown, or they'll just participate in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We'll have to see what happens. But as far as tonight goes, Seth Rollins gets the win here. So I think we can all be in agreement that this next match, despite the fact that it's a first-time encounter and the only match on the card that's not a rematch, this was the least match of the night. Alexa Bliss defeating Shayna Baszler. This whole Shayna Baszler losing her momentum, getting buried. In my personal opinion, I kind of felt like Shayna lost all her momentum when she lost to Becky. So tonight, as tonight goes, this is just another Shayna Baszler loss per se. But honestly, with Alexa Bliss getting the win here, I feel like that this win does nothing for Alexa Bliss, if I'm being quite honest with you. You can clearly tell by the wrestling community is sick and tired of this Alexa Bliss character, the Lily character. She needs to go back to Little Miss Bliss. I mean, people on Twitter were talking about how the Fiend needs to come back and attack Alexa and, just do something, an extraism or something on Alexa to bring her back to her old character. But as far as tonight goes, this was the least match of the night. This was low-key boring. Well, wasn't even low-key. This was boring in my opinion. Nothing special, nothing important, honestly. This was honestly a waste of time that you really could have just put this on Raw. This really felt like really a Raw match. Sami Zayn defeating Kevin Owens. This actually was a great match. I was not expecting this match to be great. I know a lot of people like to give Kevin Owens a lot of crap, but I think the one thing that we can give Kevin Owens credit tonight is that he did a good job selling the injury. Now, granted, there were some people saying that he kind of did look like he actually injured his shoulder, but we don't know if he did actually injure himself. I hope Kevin Owens gets better. If he didn't and he was selling the injury, well, Kevin Owens, you did a great job of selling it. And I'm surprised to see Sami Zayn get the win here. So who knows, man? This could lead to, again, having a rubber match. Who knows? But as far as tonight goes, Sami gets the win here. And it's insane that Sami and Kevin Owens have faced each other a million times. I mean, even outside of WWE. And the fact that every single time they come together, they just put on such great matches. It's insane. It's insane. Like, they literally do go by the term that we're destined to do this forever, if that makes any sense. So the next match, the semi-main event, co-main event, singles match for the Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair defeating Rhea Ripley by DQ. Now, this match wasn't as good as the WrestleMania bout, I thought. It was a solid match, but the ending was really lackluster. It was really stupid, honestly. I mean, this is obviously going to lead to either two things. Number one, Charlotte's going to come in tomorrow with Adam Pearce and Sona, whine, moan, complain about how, well, technically I did defeat Rhea, but not by pinfall. So she's obviously most likely going to get another rematch at Money in the Bank, or she'll probably just enter the women's Money in the Bank match. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. But as far as tonight goes, this was a solid match. And, yeah, that ending was kind of stupid, in my opinion. It was kind of hokey. And in the main event, last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley defeating Drew McIntyre. This match was effing awesome. Like, I want to say this about Drew. It's so insane to me how so many people in the wrestling community has turned on Drew. Like, I was seeing a lot of people in the comments talk about how Drew's overrated. I'm sick and tired of seeing Drew in the main event, which is, like, insane because Drew has done a good job as WWE champion. He took, in my opinion, he has been the MVP of the pandemic era. He took the WWE while they were in a worldwide pandemic, and he carried WWE on his back. Like, the amount of hate that Drew's getting is insane. And, tonight should make you appreciate more of Drew McIntyre, I hope, because tonight, Drew and Lashley just went out there and put on an amazing performance. This was easily one of the best matches out of their entire little feud they've been having. I was happy to see Lashley get the win here. The ending was, I don't know about you guys, the ending was kind of a little anticlimactic. I mean, once again, MVP gets involved, and then, Lashley wins by a roll-up. I mean, again, this was an awesome Hell in a Cell match, and Lashley wins by roll-up, so, yeah. But anyways, who knows what happens next? Everybody was talking about how Brock Lesnar was going to return, which is like, during a pandemic era, are you serious? If Brock returns, which I think he will, it's going to be in front of crowds. So anyways, guys, that's the Hell in a Cell review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, even though this was actually the first show since Roman Reigns being back that he was not on, still, this was a solid show, to say the least. Wasn't a bad show, to say the least, with these rematches, but despite all that, nonetheless, this was a solid show. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me what were your thoughts on Hell in a Cell. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so yeah.